Okay, good morning, children. Okay, so we have completed the text only in the grammar part. Some questions are to be discussed. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to use narratives, join the sentence and rewrite. So the you see in the sentence, the clauses are italicized. So what we have to do? We have to answer the question: what kind of, what, which? Then we are getting the answer. So you see in the sentence, no, there are two clauses. So one is the subordinate or relative clause. One is the main clause. Okay. So before going to the text, I will just tell you how to find out the subordinate clause. Suppose this is the bus. One sentence. This bus goes to Agra. Two sentences. Each sentence is a clause. Okay. So they are all independent clauses. But if you join them with that clause, how will you write? This is the bus.
Which is going to Agra.
Which are that? Which will be proper, you see? That goes to Agra or which goes to Agra? Which is more, I think that is more
That.
that goes to Agra. So we have joined two sentences, but you see that this part has no meaning. So it is always subordinate clause. This part has complete meaning, so it is principal clause. So we have joined with that clause. That are we have joined with a clause. Okay. So combine the following to make sentence like those above. We will join the sentence, then find out it. One is over. You please tick in the book or write in the notebook. Second one, I would like to buy a shirt. The shirt is in the shop window. I would like to buy a shirt that is in shop window. So we have joined also here two sentences. I would like to buy a shirt. The shirt is in the shop window. Instead of telling, we made one sentence and joined. So how to find them with if we do ask with the question to identify what kind of shirt or which kind of shirt, then we are getting the answer. Then you see, find what kind of word begins with Z. Find a word, third one. Find a word that begins with Z. Find a word that begins with Z. Okay, directly I have joined the sentences. Now, fifth one. Find a person, his or her name begins with the letter Z. If a person is there, we have to use whose. So what will be the sentence? You tell me, join with whose. Find a person whose name begins with the letter Z. So because it is person, we are writing whose. So find the person whose name begins with the Z. Okay. Then sixth one, go to a place. Then go to a place. There are no people whose name begins with Z in that place. So when place is asked, where will come? So where? Because the place is asked. So these are all in English. These are all italicized words, and we find answers with them. So they are called relative clauses. Relative clauses. So clauses are of two types, defining and non-defining. Okay. So we will go in detail to it afterwards. You please complete the exercises. Then in your exam, mostly reported speech and tense and agreement of subject with verb is coming. Reported speech, tense, agreement of subject with verb in grammar section. Please note down. So this clause we will see afterwards. Please write the answers. Then we will go to the next. Okay. Then you see page number 71, the narrative voice. So the narrative means in the story, a third person narrator is there. Generally, no, stories are told in three styles. Stories. This is a story. So stories have three mode of narration. For example, one is called the omnipresent narrator. Omnipresent means present everywhere. So most stories are like this, omnipresent narrator. So what happens? The narrator, just like God, he is sitting somewhere. He is observing the plot and observing the character and writing one story. That is called omnipresent narrator. Then you see narrative at several removes. That is one more technique of writing story. So what is it? One is omnipresent narrator. Second is narrative at several removes, means one part of the story you told, another part I will tell. That is called narrative at several removes. First type is omnipresent narrator. Means the narrator or the writer of the story is sitting somewhere, watching everything and writing. He writes everything. This is, most stories are written in this style. Second style is narrative at several removes. Means one part of the story is told by one person, another part is told by another person, like this. This is called adopted in many novels. English novels, if you read, no, the total part is not told by one person. One tells half, another one tells the half. Third one is epistolary. Epistolary means this is by letters. Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. If you see, no, by letters only, if two people are writing letter to each other, through the letter only we will come about the novel and everything. So, but so in this word, the point of view of the narrator is very important. What the narrator wants to focus, or what the narrator wants to highlight. Okay. In this story, you see, the story is it is a sociological story. Sociological, mostly based on the characters we come across in everyday life. Wanda-like characters are many. Then these two girls also, many characters are them. So it is taken from a classroom sequence, and the subject is the sociological inequality. Inequality means the difference between the growing rich and poor. Rich and the poor. How the poor are mistreated, ill-treated by the rich. Okay, that is the theme. Okay, so in narratives point of view, at which expression becomes more definite, we must know. That is why this exercise. So this is called the narrative voice. The story is in the third person. The narrator is not participant of the story, so he tells the story from the point of view of the characters. So you see a story or a plot is there, so characters are there. The characters' expression or point of view that also gives us some hint about the story. For example, we came to know about Wanda. She is always keeping quiet and digesting all the insults silently. She is calm and quiet, but that is not recognized. So she displays a character of silent strength. She is silent but strong, not weak. So when they tease her, she admits that she has 100 dresses, never feeling ashamed, never feeling embarrassed. So she could make a identity of her own, of her own. If from her point of view, if you analyze from narrative sequence, you will get, from points you will get. This has been told here. Okay, this one I am writing. Please see from your book. These are in general. We have done discussion on three methods by which novels or stories are told. Okay, so the point of view of the character of the story, it also is very important. Okay, so what is the point of view? So in this exercise, what has been done, this is where thoughts do the word thank goodness express. Maddie, who is grateful of all those who is poor, yet she is not poor as Wanda or as different. So she gets teased. She is thankful about that. So thank goodness. For example, one expression from the story, thank goodness is there. Means it is not same as thank you. So it is not thanks. So suppose somebody gave some favor to you or helped you, you told thank you. This is different. But thank goodness means you see how she tells like this. She is also poor. She comes from the poor family. She wears a second-hand dress. But she is telling thank goodness means about her identity or about her secrecy. It is not revealed. Revealed means not expressed. So she uses the expression thank goodness. This is the example given. Thank goodness, I am saved. So means something is hidden by which you are saved. That is being highlighted. So thank goodness he did not live up to Buggins' height or have a funny name. Means she is spared. She is spared from teasing. Why? Because 2 points are there. One is that she is not living in Buggins' height. Second one is that she does not have a peculiar name. So here are some other sentences from the story. We can say whose point of view in italicized words given. Italicized words are given. So they are the point of view of whose. We have to seeing the dialogue. We have to analyze the dialogue and tell whose point of view it is being given. Number one, you see, button Wednesday, Peggy and Maddie. Please open page number 71. Page 71. Narrative voice. Okay. First is 1. So I am reading this one. Here are 2 sentences. But on Wednesday, Peggy and Maddie, who sat down in front of with other children who got good marks and who did not track a whole lot of mud, did notice that Wanda was not there. So whose voice it expresses? Who can tell? Expresses the voice of Peggy and Maddie. Peggy and Maddie. So first one expresses the voice of Peggy and Maddie. Second one, Wanda Petronsky, most of the children in room 13 did not have names like that. They had names to say, like Thomas, Smith or Allen. Okay, whose point of view? This one, point of view of point of view of other children. Other children means the other children of the class. So the class was taking place in room number 13. Okay. Of Wanda's class. Wanda's class. Clear? No. So only we have to write down.
Sir.
Yes. So this is point of view of other children in Wanda's class. Second expression. Now third one. We will see the next one. Page number 72. So can you find some other sentences in the story? You read the story, any relevant sentence like this, whose point of view is told, you have to write. Look at clear. So what we have to do? We have to read the sentence and whose point of view is being asked. We have to write the name of the person. That's all. So first one I told you, no, the voice. Yes. Any doubt is there? Any doubt is there? Or send in WhatsApp if the voice is not working properly. Yes. Okay, good morning. Any doubt is there? You please send in writing. I will read if your voice is not, no doubt. Okay. Then you see other sentences, at least 5 you can write in the notebook with question and answer both. Whose point of view? That sentence you will write, and under narrative voice you will write the sentence and whose point of view they are telling. Then you see page number 72. 72 adverbs. Okay. So what is adverb? Who can tell? What is adverb? Adverb means we will analyze the adverbs. Okay. So he laughs loudly.
Adverb means a word or phrase that modifies or qualifies an adjective.
Which is the adverb here? He laughs loudly.
Laugh.
Laughs. Laughs is verb or adverb? See thoroughly. He laughs loudly. He spoke very rudely to me. I will write 5 sentences. You have to identify the adverb. Okay. So we adverbs means, always remember children, adds meaning to the verb. Adverb adds meaning to the verb. So you see in English, what adds something to the noun is called adjective. What adds something to the verb is called adverb. Suppose this is the verb. So it spoke about the verb, so it is adverb. So it gave some additional information about the verb, so it is adverb. Adjective means she is a girl, she is a beautiful girl. He is a boy, he is a young boy. He is a man, he is an old man. So old, beautiful, young, these things are adjectives. Why? Because they gave some information about the noun. Now these are adverbs. He spoke loudly, he laughs loudly, he spoke very rudely to me. Okay. So it also qualifies the adverb. 2 adverbs are there, very and rudely. Both are adverbs. Very rudely. Spoke is the verb. So instead of telling very rudely, we would have told he spoke rudely to me. If I tell he spoke very rudely to me, I can use both the adverbs. So adverb also qualifies the adverb. One more adverb. Okay, like this, no. there are also adjective also. He is honest. Suppose he is an honest man. He is an honest man. So I used honest word as an adjective, but I can add one adverb. He is a very honest man. So here what happened? The adverb is used to qualify the adjective also. So sometimes the adverb also qualifies the adjective. So the basic function is adverb is to qualify the verb. But sometimes what happens, it also qualifies the adjective also. It qualifies the adverb also. It qualifies verb, it qualifies adverb, it qualifies adjective also. Now you see how we frame, how we make adverbs out of adjectives. I will show you some example. By writing here, you will have some clear idea. Then we will go to the exercise. Okay. So you see, first one line, I will write some adjectives, and by adding some ly, I will make them adverbs. Okay. So this side I am writing adjectives. This side I am writing adverbs. Okay. How? By adding ly. By adding ly with the adjectives, I am making them adverbs. So suppose I say quick, quickly. So by adding ly, I made it one adverb. Similarly, deep, deeply. The well is very deep, deeply. I am deeply thinking to do this. Okay. Then you see slow, slowly. So these are examples how adverbs are formed by adding ly with the adjective. This is one. So in your book, no. So sometimes what you do, ly, easy. Suppose the last alphabet is y. See, for example, easy. Y is there, what we do? We make it I. Okay. Suppose easy is there. EASY. Y is there, what we will do? Easily. ILY. So whenever there is Y, no, we replace with ILY to make it one adverb. So in this way, many words are there. They are transformed. So in your book, no, many adverbs are there. We have to use them in the appropriate place. In page number 72. Please open page number 72 of first slide. These examples you will see. Okay. Okay. Angry. Suppose why I am telling this? This is a exceptional case. So angrily. Suppose last syllable is y. So if last syllable is y, how to turn into adverb? By using ILY. Easy, easily. ILY. We are using ILY at the last. Clear? Okay. So in your book, no, some adverbs are there. You see which is appropriate to where. You will write down. Shall I rub now? Rub now?
Yes, sir.
Very good. You understood what is adverb? Adverb is
Yes, sir.
qualify the which one? Verb or noun or adjective?
Adjective.
Adverb qualifies.
Adjective.
Yes.
Adjective.
Adjective and adverb and verb. Sometimes basically verb. The man is walking. The man is walking slowly. So slowly is adverb because it qualifies the man's walking. Walking is a verb. So we have seen some exceptional situation wherever adverbs are used in order to qualify the adjective, in order to qualify the adverb also, and in order to qualify the verb also. 3 examples I gave for 3. Okay, I am rubbing it, children. We will do from textual whatever is given. So there are certain adverbs and sentences are there. What we have to do? We have to put the appropriate adverbs in the right place. So in the bracket, many choices are there. So the adverbs like apparently, evidently, surprisingly, possibly, hopefully, incredibly, luckily are there. So we are what we have to do? We have to fill in the blanks by putting the appropriate adverb in the blank. Page number 72 blank you see. Page number 72 number 1. So dash he finished his work on time. Please note down. Surprisingly. Surprisingly, he finished his work on time. Surprisingly. Okay. Next one. Dash. It will not rain on the day of the match. Hopefully. So HOP. Surprisingly, hopefully. Second one. Third one. Okay. Dash, he had been stealing money from his employer. Possibly. 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 4. Television is dash to blame for the increase in violence in society. Evidently. Why evidently? Because it is evidence is there that because of TV, violence is increasing in the society. So this sentence is written. Fifth one, the children will dash learn from their mistakes. So hopefully, again hopefully we are using. Okay, 2 times I have used hopefully. You please mark because I think it is most appropriate. Hopefully, otherwise it is hoped that children will learn from mistakes. Instead of telling hopefully we are using. Okay. The thief had dash been watching the house for many days. Apparently. APPA. So RENTLY. Apparently number 6. Okay. Please stick in the book. Later you will write in the fair notebook. Okay. The thief dash escaped by bribing the jailer. Luckily. See, children, these words can be replaced. The thief apparently also true because without jailer's help, the thief would not have been possible to escape. Because the jailer helped, the thief escaped. So there we can write apparently. Wherever there is cause and effect is there, we can write apparently. Apparently means clear. What you call? Self-explanatory. That apparently means without the jailer's help, the thief cannot go. Jail is such a place, entering and coming in and going out is very difficult. So there the thief went. Means with jailer's help he went. So we are using the word apparently, but apparently in a more better situation we used. So we are using the word luckily. Dash, no one has suggested this before. Incredibly. So incredible means which cannot be trusted. Incredibly. So incredible means which cannot be trusted because no one has suggested earlier, not a trustworthy matter. So this matter was not taken up. The water was incredibly hot. I have written 2 places. You can change. Here also I have written incredibly. Incredibly means more hot than expected. Why I have written? Because the water is so hot, very hot. So in order to use that one, incredibly hot, why I have used? Because it was not supposed to be so hot. It was not supposed to be very hot, so it has become hot. So I am using the word incredibly. Please write down. We will go to the part 2 of this chapter, part 2. 100 dresses. Okay. Part 2 we will see. You please note down.
Noted, sir.
Part 1 is completed. Any doubt about part 1? Part 1. So part 1 is the background of the story that how Wanda has been treated and how these girls were ill-treating her. So we have also been introduced to one competition. So the competition was for boys different and for girls different. So the girls were in a sportive spirit, how to compete well and do well. And surprisingly, what will happen? Wanda will be the winner. That was a big surprise for the girls, particularly the girls who were teasing her day and night. They never expected that all their high-fi drama and high-profile life will give them success because she was silently working, keeping her mouth shut. She won the game because people who say much, why they say much? Because they are suffering from some kind of frustration, so they speak much. People who do not speak much but have means they have self-confidence. So Wanda also proved that she has self-confidence. How? Because she became the winner of the competition. That is described in part 2. Okay. So let us start part 2, children. So in your term 1 syllabus is given, no, this chapter is there. So suppose board is sending the question paper, it will be, this chapter will be most probably coming, the 100 races. Okay. So part 2 you see that, so the situation is different now. The result of the competition will be there, and there was the declaration, and how the declaration created the problem. Okay. So have you read this? Page number 68, have you read? 68, 69? Read or not, you tell me, otherwise I will again repeat.
Yes, sir.
Read, completed, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go to, yes, part 2. Then you see the, in part 2, the what was the after effect? As we know that she was silent and quiet, but she became the winner of the competition. So how did they react? While the class was circling the room, the monitor from the principal's office brought Miss Mason a note. Miss Mason read it several times and studied it thoughtfully for a while. Then she clapped her hands. Attention class, everyone back to their seat. So you see the Wanda was taking PC from the school. That was the occasion. Because the father got fed up with the behavior of the other girls towards his daughter. When the shuffling feet had stopped and the room was still and quiet, Miss Mason said, I have a letter from Wanda's father that I want to read to you. Miss Mason stood there a moment and the silence in the room grew tense and expectant. The teacher adjusted her glasses slowly and deliberately. Her manner indicated that what was coming. This letter from Wanda's father was a matter of great importance. Everybody listened closely as Miss Watson read and a brief note. Dear teacher, my Wanda will not come to your school anymore. Jack and also. Now we move over to a big city. No more holler palak. No more ask why funny names. Plenty of funny names in the big city. Yours truly, John Petronsky. So the letter was small, and but it revealed two things. One was the ill treatment given to his daughter, and they are fed up with this, so they want to leave the place. A deep silence met the reading of the letter. Miss Mason took off her glasses, blew on them, and wiped them on the soft white handkerchief. Then she put them on again and looked at the class. When she spoke, her voice was very low. I am sure that none of the boys and girls in room 13 would purposefully and deliberately hurt anyone's feelings because his or her name happened to be a long unfamiliar name. Deliberately means knowingly. So you see that hurting the feeling of others. That is most offensive. Okay, a civilized man is not one. Men are women, one who wears a good dress and shoes. But those who have got respect towards others' feelings, they are called civilized. So, because the teacher was also hurt that in her class also there are children who deliberately hurt the feeling of a girl who was compelled to take TC and go to another school. Okay, but and his name happened to be a long unfamiliar one. I prefer to think that what was said in the thoughtlessness. So she told if anybody has done like this, it was a thoughtless practice. It was not done without much thought. So it was thoughtless act. What was thoughtless act? Because to make fun of, to tease somebody, because as her name was unfamiliar. Unfamiliar. So to tease somebody in the name, somebody's name is unfamiliar. So to tease the person because the name is different, it speaks of our thoughtless act. I know that all of you feel the way I do, and this is very unfortunate thing to have happened. Unfortunate and sad, both. And I want you all to think about this. So she told that this is a serious matter, and you children please think that what has been done or what had happened. It is totally very bad thing happened. One good girl, sensitive, white, and good girl, good-natured girl, left our school because she could not tolerate the teasing. There was no other reason, only reason was that her name was unfamiliar to us, so we teased her. And we teased her so much that she had to leave the school. Okay. The first period was study period. Maddie tried to prepare her lessons, but she could not put her mind on her work. She had a very sick feeling in the bottom of her stomach. True, she had not enjoyed listening to Peggy ask Wanda how many dresses she had in the closet. So Maddie was the first one to feel guilty. Yes, to feel guilty means what? That because
Sir, what is,
yes, yes.
Sir, what is the meaning of oil rich Arab?
Where is it? Kai what? Oil rich Arab.
Sir, ये इससे पहले वाला
No. In Arabia, no. Every household, they have oil mines. Oil is very cheap there. In Arabia, in these countries, no Arabian countries, oil rich it is called because their crude oil is there in plenty. They do not learn, do not read or write, very foolish. But they are oil mine owners. So oil rich Arab means people of Arabia or people of the Middle East. They are all rich because there is a lot of crude oil available in their country under the earth. So this is called oil rich Arabs. This is the expression. Okay, expression used for the Arabs. Okay, anything else?
no, sir.
Okay. Oil rich Arab means the people who are rich because they are the owner of the oil mines. Suppose coal mine owners, very rich. So mine owners are there because the world depends on them for the oil. Okay, no problem. Any other doubt is there?
No, sir.
Okay, so goodness, so she felt very guilty. Why guilty? Because she was also teasing the girl day and night, joining with the other girl. Okay, so Maddie was also responsible. Why? She has joined with the other girl, Peggy, and was teasing Wanda day and night. She had a very sick feeling in the bottom of her stomach. True, she had not enjoyed listening to Peggy ask Wanda how many dresses she had in the closet, but she had said nothing. She had stood by silently, and that was just as bad as what Peggy has done. One is doing the wrong thing. That is very bad. But if you silently support, that is worse. Either you oppose suppose you are playing gambling, doing a bad thing. Police will give you less punishment. But if you are watching, police will give you more punishment. Why? Because you will learn and spread to others. Because one who is doing the bad thing is a sinner or a person who should be guilty. But the person who is watching it and feeling that it is wrong, but not opposing is more guilty. So she felt more guilty. Okay. She thought that they were doing wrong. She could put herself in Wanda's shoes. So putting herself in Wanda's shoes means keeping yourself in that position. Putting herself in Wanda's shoes. Okay. Keeping herself, the phrase, keeping herself in Wanda's position. In Wanda's position. Correct? Keeping herself in Wanda's position. To keep yourself in somebody's shoes means to keep yourself in the situation of that person. Okay. Okay, children, goodness was not there, something she could do. If only she could tell Wanda she had not meant to hurt her feelings. She turned around and stole a glance at Peggy, but Peggy did not look up. She seemed to be studying hard. Well, whether Peggy felt badly or not, she, Maddie, had to do something. She had to find Wanda Petronsky. Maybe she had not moved away. Maybe Peggy would climb the heights with her, and they would tell Wanda they had won the contest. And they thought she was smart and 100 dresses were beautiful. Somehow the Maddie was feeling guilty and thinking that how to mend her guilt. Because you know, God, if you repent, God will forgive you. So she repents and she thinks that God will give her one opportunity. She can go and ask forgiveness from Wanda. She can tell her that you are the owner of the contest. You own the contest, so they can tell and go to that place and tell. Okay, this much today, children. We will continue tomorrow. Okay, so in your exam in grammar, reported speech tense and the agreement of subject with the verb is coming mostly, and adverb also you see. And if any doubt is there, you will communicate. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, children.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.